to our board?
He needs to turn on
Mike.
Mike.
You need to unmute the mic.
Yeah.
Aarsh?
His mic is muted.
Aarsh, you need to
I'll
unmute
do
the mic. There's a button at the bottom which says unmute.
Yeah, I can't unmute him. He's going to have to do it.
I've done that. Sorry about that.
Oh, we got you.
I see Rakesh somewhere. Oh, he's not with
here.
us.
No, wait, he's below.
Rakesh isn't with us.
That's all right.
No, he sent a message basically.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm looking for my friend Rakesh. Hi, Rakesh, if you're out there watching.
Well, we have 3 more people below us.
Yeah.
Okay, hello.
I'll line them up. Once Aarsh will introduce, then we'll line them up again. So yes, Aarsh, over to you.
Okay, great. Thanks everyone for inviting me over the show. I'm Aarsh. I'm CEO of Gravitas AI, and we are a London-based company. We work in the field of artificial intelligence and blockchain. Before going into the company introductions, a bit more about me. So I've been advisor to IBM Watson in the product space, to the product development team. And apart from that, I've been advising multiple companies to work on their AI strategies with embedded ethics. So that's my core area of interest. And I've been in this industry, in the AI industry, for about last 5 years. So yeah, that's it here.
Mm-hmm. And you would like to introduce the team members?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So
should we start from?
So can we start with? Okay, so you're bringing up.
Yeah, I'll bring them one by one. So if you, just let me know the name. I'll start from them.
Okay, can you bring in Mr. Mukesh, please?
Mukesh, you need to unmute the mic. Yes.
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste, right.
Namaste, Mukesh.
So,
yeah, Mr. Mukesh is a serial entrepreneur, and he has got about 2 decades of successful experience in healthcare and tech industries, and that includes MNC as well. He provides strategic financial and operational excellence in corporate governance. He's an expert in launching new companies and products in India and global market. He's been an accomplished leader, entrepreneur, and mentor, and has got a proven track record of working on the P&Ls, innovative ideas, adoption of technology, etc. So, can we bring in Mr. Naveen? Mr. Naveen is our guest.
There he is.
Namaste, Mr. Naveen.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So I call it Corona Namaste.
Okay. Corona Namaste.
No, yes, Corona. We're gonna do a little Corona dance, namaste. Right? Yeah. You know, here in America, we make a dance out of everything.
Well,
it's got to be country there.
In the United States, we're really troubled because we can't shake people's hands anymore, and everybody here is trying to do this, that. They don't know what to do, and the Indians have already solved it. They do Namaste,
but so Sasha, we need Sasha.
It hasn't come into the culture here in America yet. It's gonna be a while.
Corona.
You know, so anyway, yeah.
This is my Corona. Corona. I think a Corona is a voodoo doll, right? We're gonna stab it, and I've been doing this, I think, since day one. This is Corona, and we're gonna pop it down and get it under control.
Namaste.
Okay.
Namaste. Corona Namaste. I love it.
Okay. So welcome, Dr. Naveen.
So I have, by the way, Ash, I have already introduced myself, but I don't. Do I need to introduce again?
Yeah, of course, because the thing is, what happens is we cut clips and we run them all over
and
the world.
We're going to limelight you, so just bear with us. Each of you will get your, and we want each of you to share a little bit about
it. For your information, you are live and around the world, people are watching you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. So I'm Dr. Naveen Nishchal. I'm co-founder of Meadow. Meadow is a tech-intensive platform. We are aggregating clinics in India, and currently we have around 350 clinics on our platform. Although I'm a doctor by training, and my partner Saurabh Kochar, he's a techie. He's an engineer, and I'm helping him from healthcare perspective, and he's taking care of all, tech thing. And I'm also a co-founder of Voice of Healthcare. And as I told, that Voice of Healthcare, it's a industry platform in India, healthcare, essentially an healthcare industry platform where we have a lot of healthcare companies as a part of this platform. This is a not-for-profit organization, and Gravitas is one of our members at Voice of Healthcare. I started Meadow 2 years back, but before that, I was running a chain of hospital as a co-founder, Cigna Hospitals. It's a 10 hospitals company. We are primarily working in tier two, tier three cities of India. As you know that in India, majority people live in tier two, tier three towns and rural part of India. So although I live in Delhi and Delhi NCR region, but we wanted to do something in tier two, tier three cities, and that's how I started these hospitals. These hospitals are essentially a tertiary care hospitals in these towns, and we are, apart from all secondary care facilities, we are providing tertiary care facilities like cardiology, neurosurgery, urology, gastroenterology. But I exited from Cygnus Hospital, which is my first venture around 5 months back. I with this COVID situation, I find myself lucky that way. But yeah, so that's all about me. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Dr. Naveen. Ankita, can you bring Ankita, please?
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Namaste.
That's what we are doing today. So yeah,
We are trying to teach the world what is Namaste all about and how we have to do it. This is not a good time to do that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll introduce Ankita. So Ankita has been a technology evangelist, and she is the chief technology officer at Gravitas. And I'll say she's the backbone of the company. Has extensive experience in implementing technology standards and strategy for technology platforms, overseeing research, supervising software revolutions, roadmaps, etc. And she has guided a number of blue chip clients in enhancing the technology stack and adopting the right strategy with a focus on sustainable and future-proof tech ecosystems. At Gravitas, she is leading the technology stack. She is leading the evolution which we're doing in terms of preparing a robust tech stack and the kind of research and development we are doing continuously to evolve the fields we're working in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be joined by Sumit at a later stage.
Okay. So you can start sharing about your company and how you have started and what is the bot all about.
Yeah, so we started about 15 months back, 15, 16 months back, and all of us were consulting in different areas in AI and innovative tech space. And we thought that together we can create some value and bring value to the world in terms of getting the tech stack together, but also bringing the tech stack with the user experience. So we, Gravitas AI, are a niche AI and blockchain company. We're based out of London, as I said. And our mission is to empower organizations with intelligent AI and blockchain-powered systems so that we can optimize employee productivity and enhance the customer experience for our esteemed clients. And in a quite small space of time, we have marked our presence in the global market with innovative products and continuous research and development, which we keep on doing. So we've got a number of products, but some are really game-changing and some are in the stage of evolution. So we have developed an enterprise bot, which focuses on both internal and external engagements of an organization. So the bot can not only solve problems of effective customer engagement, processing customer requests, effective utilization of customer feedback through insights gained, but also optimize the employee productivity side by taking over BAU tasks of information search, processing, IT support, HR support, arranging, managing, and updating meetings, or managing contracts and invoice management, etc. So all of that powered by artificial intelligence and blockchain. So apart from this, we have also developed niche AI products, and some, as I said, are in evolution. We are working in the healthcare sector for really cutting edge products, which will be ready sometime later in the year. We also concentrated on some specific products for different industries, such as education, real estate, and hospitality. As I said, we also invest a lot of time in research and development, and we aspire to be leading in that space. So we've got a dedicated team that continuously focuses on research and innovation, and we've got really ambitious plans to do that going forward. We have developed our own IP softwares. We've got some patent pending products. So, having said all of that, we are also a responsible organization, and Gravitas AI is really committed towards working for the benefits of the larger society. And while working on this strand, we have developed one of its kind AI-powered chatbot, which is COVID-19 assistant known as Tina. And she can provision specific, accurate, and consistent information from trusted sources. So we are going to do a quick demo of the same. So if everything is safe, I can hand it over to Ankita. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Aarsh. So are we good to? I mean, I can share my screen and show everyone a quick demo. Shall we do that?
Yeah, you can. You just have to press the right buttons, because sharing your screen can be a little different StreamYard than it is on
I'll try my
GoToMeeting.
best to press the right button. Yeah.
You got to press the right buttons, right? And then you can share your screen.
That's the jinx of the demo. Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Because this platform works a little differently when it comes to share screen. I've always had a little bit of a problem with it, but if you're able to work through it,
let's see. If
oh wow, you did good. There we go.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
There,
all right. That's amazing.
Hire her. That's what I say. She was able to break through right away, baby. You know.
All right. Okay. So as Aarsh already gave an overview of our whole motivation behind developing this digital assistant, which we call Tina. So basically, we realized that there is a lot of misinformation spreading across the globe, and there's not always the relevant information is not always readily available. So we thought how we can leverage our potential and our capabilities in the AI side to bring out this information and you know make it available to everybody at which is basically it's a trusted information and is does not spread any rumors. So we came up with this concept of digital assistant. So what it does is it is sourced from various sources. The content has been sourced from various trusted sources. For example, we have basically 5 versions of Tina. WHO is the common theme across all the versions. And the other versions are geography specific. For example, we have NHS version for the UK. We have a CDC version for the US. Then we have an India specific version which gets all its content from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare website. So, and we do update it on a regular basis so that the most updated information is available to the users. So this is what it looks like. Everybody is welcome to try it out on various websites. The India version is available on Voice of Healthcare website, which is www.voiceofhealthcare.org. Or the WHO version is available on our Gravitas AI website, which is www.gravitas.bot. So feel free to come in and try it out. And it is a not-for-profit initiative from our side to help the society at large in these testing times. So, and it is deployable on any web asset in a matter of minutes. So anybody who would want to have this this assistant on their website are welcome to get in touch with us. So
Ankita,
this is sorry, Ankit, you were saying?
I'll ask question later. I mean, once you finish.
All right. Fine. So this is what it looks like. That's how it looks like on the website. So, I know the terms and conditions, but you're welcome to, you should always read the terms and conditions. And there's this word of advice or, a disclaimer rather, that Tina is not a doctor. It's a digital assistant that gives out accurate information, but for any specific medical advice, you should always consult a medical practitioner or a healthcare provider. So,
Correct.
all right. So, essentially, it gives out all the emergency contact details in case of so that people have that information right away. Then it tells about what the disease is all about, any information, symptoms, prevention methods, all those information. And as you can see in the responses, I mean, we can go through the response as well. Also, one important point here is that we have marked the source from where we have sourced this information so that the users can always check the authenticity of the information that has been given out. So, you can go to for example, this answer has been sourced from the WHO website. Then, so you can use the buttons or you can type in your questions here. So we'll try that out in a minute. Before that, maybe let's just check out the symptoms. So it's a long answer because it has a lot of information here. So it can we can go through it in detail. Then let's say we want to ask a certain question. For example, washing hands is a major thing now. We are constantly being asked to wash our hands. So what exactly are the guidelines for washing hands? So let's say if I want to ask wash hand guidelines, I don't want to type the whole question. Let's just type the keywords.
Okay.
Right. So it tells you some information, initial overview, and then you can always go to the source and see more detailed information. Then let's say I just go ahead with this one. So what are the how can we prevent getting infected or infecting others? So maintain distance and clean your hands. If you have any symptoms, then what should be your uh, uh, course of action? And all this is these kind of informations are geography specific because different governments have given out different advisory. So based on that, it is all specific to what place it is being accessed from. The governments have given out awareness materials. For example, here there are some videos to to help people understand how, for example, face mask is something that is sorry, I'll just pause it for a bit. Face mask is something that is not readily available nowadays, and it is getting kind of mandatory now to use in public places. So how can one make a face mask from at home basically? So this is a video about that has been given out by the government. So I won't bore you with the full video because it's a long one, but yeah, just to show you what all can be done on the using Tina basically. So that's a very high level overview of the capabilities. We have powered it using our NLP algorithm, our proprietary algorithm that we have developed in house, which makes the conversations much richer and a very good user experience. So people can, as you might have noticed, that even if I'm not writing the full sentences or not giving out the full information about my question, etc., still it's able to give out relevant information. So and there are other sentiment analysis. There is a lot going on in the back end to make the conversations richer and more robust. So that was a quick demo. This is just, as I said, this is one of our not-for-profit initiatives for helping the society. Apart from that, we have a variety of other other solutions that we have. Some of which Ash has detailed out. But yeah, we can discuss them in more detail as we progress.
So Ankita, I mean, is it not a voice-based thing? Is it just a text thing where we'll put the keywords and it will pop up?
It is voice based as well. It's text as well as voice. It depends on, I mean, we have deployed different versions on websites as required by the clients, because that's how it is. But yeah, it has language capabilities as well. So it supports 20 plus languages. And as I said, it does voice interaction as well.
Okay.
So can anybody around the world access this, like people in the United States?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
As it's available on different websites. So, and it's available. One of the versions, which is the WHO version, is also available on Gravitas AI website. So, and if anybody wants to have a specific version on their own websites, we are more than happy to do that. And it takes hardly a couple of minutes to do the process. We have made the process really simple, and it can be, we just hand out a little bit of code and then that's it.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. So that's good.
Go on, Nick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, see, a lot of our viewers are from the U.S. and matter of fact, Willie Hill is buried underneath us. He's from Australia, so I just want to make sure that our viewer, I can bring Willie Hill back. There he is, mate. That the people in the United States and the people in Australia can actually access the technology through your website. Would that be correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And we can install it on other organizations' websites as well. Just to add one point to Ankita's, that it is available, it can be available as a voice thing as well. But given the scale of operations we're looking at and the kind of misinformation which is spread out, so if we do it on scale, obviously voice is a technology which is much more costly. So keeping in mind that we have done it text to text, but if there's a customization need for some organization, we can work that out, which can be a bit more complex.
Right. Okay. So you can do voice, or you can actually do text in terms of the Q&A. Right. Okay. And you actually support, you said 20 different languages?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Can you give me an idea of some of the languages? Because some of our viewers want to know if we habla español or some other different types of languages that you have there. Give me an idea of some of the languages. Do you support Spanish?
We do support a lot of European languages, including Italian, German, French, Spanish, Arabic, Hindi for India. And I mean, that's on top of my head. But I have a list that I can bring up. That's on top of my head.
Okay. All right. Can you bring up the list since you're good at?
Yeah, I can. Meanwhile, you guys can have a discussion while I can.
Some of our viewers are from different countries. The good news, a lot of them speak English as their second language, but they have another language that is their primary language, like Spanish. And it would be good to know which languages you support, because a lot of them would prefer Spanish as opposed to English.
Absolutely. I'm just looking into that list.
Also, I would like to know, you are implementing country-wise, maybe suppose for India, you are implementing the Ministry of Health, and vice versa for US, you are implementing the NHS and maybe WHO. Do we have a global, maybe a website where you are implementing all these sources at one place so that people will get the news globally and also in different languages? Is there any kind of thing?
Yeah, so what we have done is, so we have kept the global instance, which is the WHO instance, because that is a generic advisory, which is valid across the board. So we have kept that instance on our website, which is www.gravitas.bot. But as Ankita already told, that there are different advisories being given by different governments. So for local instances, for different companies, organizations, the deployments we are doing, we are trying to keep it more specific to that particular environment and the region, so that people have the most relevant, consistent, and accurate information.
Right.
So for US, it is a CDS or what?
CDC.
CDC, yes.
CDC. Okay.
Yeah, CDC.
But I will also ask you one more thing. What happened is that, in India, people are locked down for more than a month. And in the morning when they woke up, they don't check the Indian facts. They check what's happening in UK and what's happening in US. So that's why I'm asking you, there should be a website which will discuss or which will say what's happening around the world. Because, for that I need to log into some other website maybe, or I need to log into John Hopkins or maybe NHS every day and just got to know what's happening.
Right, that's a very good suggestion, Ankit. We'll definitely take that into consideration because we have all the pieces of the puzzle. We just have
Yeah,
to bring them together.
yeah, it's just an implementing thing. That's it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Ankita, in WHO, you are getting all country-wise data also. So I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes, absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, Ankit, a basic question from our viewers: what is bot and how it works with AI? Because a lot of people are still not aware about the technology. If you can briefly describe what is it, and why you have done it for during COVID.
All right. I'll try to answer that, and some Arsh and Mukesh, if you guys have any further inputs, please feel free to pitch in.
Sure.
So, a chatbot is basically a natural language processing powered AI assistant. It's basically a software that you can talk to. So the final aim of this technology is to have a human like a software that can think like a human and talk like a human. So basically, it understands what the user at the other end is saying and responds to it in a so that the response is relevant as well as meaningful. So that's a very high level overview about it. It's part of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a large field, and this natural language processing is one part of it. And what it does is it's about understanding human language and
Yeah.
trying to respond to it so that it makes sense. That's how I would define it.
Yeah, definitely. And just to add a few bits to that. So basically, uh, information which we receive on web assets is one side flow. So you go on a website, you read the stuff, you explore stuff, etc. But human trait is to interact. We like interacting with people, and especially in these situations, we're not able to interact with people, not go out, etc. So it's a way of mimicking the human interactions through a chatbot and providing that medium for people to interact with and learn about the information in that interactive way, so that there's a two-way communication established between not exactly a human and a human, but at least a sort of human and something which can mimic human and a human. So that's what the thought was. Apart from that, we also wanted to cater to the misinformation which is being circulated all around on WhatsApp, on different social media channels, etc. Yeah.
So, Arsh, I mean, while implementing the bot, you must be having a lot of inquiries or maybe queries from around the world. What's happening in the world as compared to India, maybe what's happening around the world in comparison to Europe or US. So, what are your thoughts during COVID-19? I mean, how the COVID-19 is doing, and what kind of feedback you are getting from different healthcare industries around the world?
I think it's a very different and difficult situation, which we are expecting. There will be a lot of impact of this situation after this gets over as well. So I think the primary concern which I have heard about from different areas of the world, where my friends, families, and colleagues or people whom I interact with are is about the misinformation and the panic, etc. So that's why we thought that we should spin something which can tackle this particular problem. And obviously, governments are taking good steps. The international bodies are taking all right steps to effectively tackle this. We are nearly getting very close to getting vaccines, etc. The human trials started in different parts of the world. So I think everyone is doing their bit, and we as a society too should stand together, face it with a happy face, and we'll surely win, as we have already always done as a human race. I'm sure someone would like to add to it, Mr. Mukesh or Mr. Naveen.
So, thank you, Ash. So, a couple of point I will add to Ankita's version.
Yeah.
While we got this bot on our website, I got a lot of phone calls from different stakeholders, and they really appreciated this bot. And the best thing is that the customization part. I mean, every government wants something different, and the way Gravitas has integrated Indian version, Ministry of Family and Health version is also integrated into this chatbot. So that is also really, good part. Plus, I think user experience is really very good. Whenever you type something, you immediately get answer for that.
Yes.
So I think this is really a very good initiative, and on top of that, this is not-for-profit CSR initiative by Gravitas. So kudos to you guys, Gravitas. Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Nishchal. That means a lot.
Yeah.
So Ankit, I mean, while implementing it, you must be having feedback and experiences from around the world while people are using the COVID-19 Gravitas bot. What kind of experiences they are sharing pre-bot and post-bot implementation?
So basically, what we have experienced, and with testimonials like Dr. Nishchal's, what we have realized is that now people have ready access to more relevant and updated and the most specific information. Earlier, people had to look into websites and try to fish for information, but now it's much more easy. You know exactly what question you're looking for, and you can find your answers more without going having to go through the whole website and dealing with the whole lot of information. Instead, you just find the information that you are actually looking for. So it's a big time saver. And also for organizations, they are facing a lot of difficulty, especially because employees, they are almost all the organizations, they are working with reduced workforces, and they have to get in touch with their customers to give out information, etc. So this initiative helps organizations disseminate information, their specific information as well, if they want to get in touch with their clients and suppliers and different stakeholders, because it is very difficult to get in touch with everybody nowadays. So this is something that is present on their websites. Anybody who visits the organization's website, they can like, look into this, leave their questions, and then the team can come back to them. So it's helping the organizations keep in touch as well. Also, sorry, Nick had a question about the languages that we support. So
Yeah.
I just brought up that list. I can just let everybody know so that we don't miss that out.
Sure,
So yeah, I mentioned Arabic, and we do Hebrew, and a lot of Indian languages that include Tamil, Hindi, Bengali, etc. Those are the regional languages.
Okay.
Then there is Canadian French, there is Farsi and Arabic, Portuguese, Urdu. So these are, and apart from all the European languages that I mentioned, like German and Spanish, Italian, etc.
So how's Tina coping up with speaking those languages?
Well, it's coping up very well, to be honest. It is very intuitive that way. The moment you change your language, even if in the same window when you are either chatting to her or speaking to her over the voice feature, the moment you decide to change your language, Tina is smart enough to understand and responds back in the same language. So it's coping up really well, to be honest.
That's great.
I think
And,
being
we
a
have Sumit with us. Can you introduce Sumit?
Hello, guys. Thank you for bringing me in. Glad to see you, Dr. Nishchal. And yeah, glad to be here.
So Sumit, what do you do with Gravitas?
So I'm the co-founder and chief exec.
Okay.
And I work largely around the areas of client engagement, client satisfaction, work with Ankita on product roadmap, work with Aarsh on operations side of things, and with Mukesh for overall customer strategy.
So it's a typical co-founder job.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So Sumit,
Hardcore master.
as you know
Yes.
already, we are four of us in the co-founding team: Ankita, Mukesh, Aarsh, who was just here, and myself.
Yeah. Okay. So Sumit, while doing this bot, you might be having a lot of queries in regards to people are asking a lot of questions, which you might be capturing it and maybe implementing it on later bot, if I may say so. Is it Ankita, you're capturing those questions because there might be a lot of questions psychologically and other questions people are asking and might not have those answered by WHO, NHS, and other Ministry of Healthcare. So,
So
are you doing anything like that for future bots?
there are two aspects, Ankit, here. One is Tina is self-learning bot, so
Yes.
she's highly advanced. You can employ a number of methods for the screening functionality. But the key thing here is that given Tina is for COVID-19 specifically, which is quite a sensitive topic, and one has to be really careful about the information that we're going to hand out to the end users. It has to be delivered as part of the guidance handed over by the governments or various sources that we are using. As far as the general conversations are concerned, Tina does pick up the miss hits or the questions that have not been answered, and she goes through her learning model to update answers as relevant. So it depends on the topic on which people are asking. So let's say there is something that a user has asked which has got a medical angle to it and has got a very specific thing related to COVID, then obviously we will always go back and refer to the sources made available by the governments or the relevant bodies. Otherwise, depending on the topic, she can pick up information from multiple sources. Ankita, Mukesh, do you want to add anything on?
Best part, I feel it there. When you any patient who's suffering from COVID and potential, the next question: where should I go? Right?
Yeah.
Where is the testing center? So that part, I think, Ankita, the best part. The moment you type the testing center, you'll get the whole list of the testing centers. So that is the best part. And second part, I think previously when we discussed being a chairman of AI Council, many times people ask what is the role of bot, how it is helping that. I said it is a medium between complex answer and simple answer. Right? You are typing just keyword and you are getting your answer very in simple way. So that is the best part to disseminate the complex situation in very informative way.
Okay.
Agreed.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, just to reiterate the points that Sumit and Mukesh made. So the learning, as Sumit mentioned, the our digital assistant Tina, she learns based on the conversations that happen, and we keep training it for any missed questions, etc. That is the general method that we apply. But specific to COVID, we are very sensitive with what is the information that we are giving out. So yeah, we take time to find out the answers and then give it out.
Okay.
And Ankita,
yeah.
And sorry, just another point that we also maintain a lot of conversation logs that we keep analyzing at regular intervals to see what kind of interactions are happening, what are the major questions that people are asking, etc.
Okay. Ankita, where do you see AI in healthcare? I mean, because we are still talking about AI and it's still not being utilized as the way it should be. So, what do you think AI in terms of healthcare future? What kind of changes or what kind of innovations we can see post-COVID? Because now we have life pre-COVID and post-COVID. That's what we are differentiating. So, what is the life post-COVID with using AI in healthcare?
So AI in healthcare has a lot of potential because in diagnostics, in treatment, be it in surgeries, etc., or even giving out information or processing information, because there is depending on the, I mean, keeping in consideration the number of years that we have spent with medical services and all the different hospitals and all the kind of data that has been generated over the years. And data is the key to making artificial intelligence more and more robust. So medical services is one field where there is no dearth of information, no dearth of data, basically. So using all that data, the all different algorithms can be made more and more robust, and they can be it can help people get more information, help in diagnostics and procedures, etc. But right now, a lot of these procedures are in development, under research in labs. So it is a long way before we get to a stage where an artificial intelligent robot might perform a procedure. Although there are some simpler procedures that are being performed nowadays, especially in the more developed countries. Some procedures are being performed by robots and under medical supervision, obviously. But yeah, Dr. Nishchal and Mukesh, since you guys have much more exposure to the healthcare industry, if you would like to add more to it.
Yeah, I would like to add something here. You know that healthcare professionals, by and large, they are they are very much resistant to technology. And with this part, this Corona thing happening, suddenly they have become more receptive to technology. So I think this is the right time to bring them on board, and whatever we can do with them, we can do. So this is the right time. So I think if we can, do something around this time, and I don't think that Corona, we are, going to get rid of Corona in year 2020. This is going to be with us, and we have to prepare ourselves that we are going to live with this Corona, maybe for life, but if not maybe for life, but for next couple of months, say 6 months to 18 months, I think. So I always say that if three things happen, then one thing is, if we get some antiviral drug, then we can get rid of Corona. If we get vaccine very early, then we can get rid of this disease. Third is that every virus, when it comes, it mutates with time. So with time, if its virulence goes down, then only we can get rid of this disease. Otherwise, we are going to live with this the way we are living with H1N1, bird flu, or other influenza viruses. So we have to live with this, in coming time. And this is the right time when we can bring technology on. So I think you guys are doing really great job. Good work.
I'd also
And
like to add a couple of points here. For example, in terms of the specific use cases that we have got for healthcare or we are developing. So, for example, there is a very robust appointment complaints query management system that we give to healthcare sector. And it is live with a few clients. It is powered by a dashboard view, so you can collect a lot of information at the back end in compliance with your data privacy laws. We are working with some of the sort of clients that we have around image processing, your telemedicine aspects through TINA. So there are a lot of things that we are doing in the backend from an innovation perspective, as well as solving some very specific use cases to the healthcare sector. Mukesh, sorry, you were saying something?
Yeah. Just to add on to Dr. Nishchal and Ankita and even you, AI has a multi-dimensional role in healthcare. From product development, because many of the medicine and other things is being based on the data. We see the trend and other things. Many equipment is now AI based there. So it has many roles. In fact, when we talk about the within this year, probably we able to get this vaccination. So this is not a normal trend for getting new vaccination or any new drug within a 6 month and a year. All this is happening because there are some role of AI. So it has many roles is there. And of course, in Gravitas, they are more on the conversational AI, but it's many. I know it's about new medicine coming up, new equipment is coming up. All these things are now these days. It is one way, another way. In fact, AI is now everywhere in your home, your drawing room, your bedroom. When you talk about Alexa, it is nothing. It is AI,
Yeah.
True.
right?
Yeah,
Very
and yeah, just
Certainly.
to add to a couple of points to Mr. Mukesh. Sorry, if someone was speaking,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please,
so
please.
okay. So Mr. Mukesh talked about trends and data, etc. So there's one part which is the conversational side of it, the conversational AI, but there's a lot which can be done in decision augmentation sector. So by decision augmentation, I mean doing the analysis of the data and then developing really robust models in terms of regression, doing different sort of techniques, clustering, etc., and drawing insights from the large pool of data, the big data lake which we have in the healthcare industry. And that is where AI will be able to pinpoint on specific insights, specific things which need to be pulled out, which matrices are important, which variables are important to define a particular way of disease diagnosis, or maybe define a particular way of dealing with a particular type of scenario, etc. So that is where AI will definitely play a role as well.
Great. So also, I mean, our viewers would like to know that can Tina answer some questions like how soon we'll get the vaccine, and also how soon we'll get rid of the coronavirus, and when the lockdown will open. So these kind of questions, I know. I mean, I'm just asking what viewers would like to know. So what's Tina's take on that?
I'm sure Tina will like to answer that, but we need to have that answer. We are waiting for the world
As soon as
leaders
the world
and
finds out, Tina will know.
yeah, Tina will
Yeah.
definitely know it.
I think with time everything is changing, and every day we are getting to know something new about this disease. So I think this Gravitas team is also very dynamic, and they are also updating their bot as soon as they get the news of vaccine or some other treatment. So they will definitely update into their chatbot. I'm sure about that.
Great.
And just to add, Ankit, recently we have, I think 2 days back, we have seen in the news that Singapore, some aesthetic institute, they said in India it is going to be end by June end or July something. It was based on the AI data
Yeah.
projection.
Yeah.
So there are some roles happening everywhere. Knowingly, unknowingly, AI is coming up.
Yeah.
See, occasionally I'll tell you, AI is playing the role, and we are following the AI, but Corona is not following AI. And I think we are following Corona, and that's how the race is going on. And it's an invisible warrior, and we don't know how to, fight and how to get rid of it. But we are still united. That's what we do on IBM. We are united. We spread love, and we are one world basically. Because we are, if we work together as a world, I think we can get rid of it. Because what we have discovered on IBM TV and around the world, that people or maybe countries, they are not sharing the information. They're not sharing
Correct.
best practices, and that's why you are having different things going around the world, and also the learning is not there. So suppose something happened in Europe or maybe in Italy, we are not learning what happened in Italy, and then we should take the right step. Although India is still in a good state of mind as of now, because we have been locked down since more than a month, but you know what's happening around the world. So the best practices and sharing and caring is very important, which I think we forgot while learning about AI and machine learning and all those things. And that's the way forward. But we need to come back hard, and we need to get rid of Corona. And right now the world is also beautiful, so there are a lot of positives going around. There is no pollution, and everything is going smoothly.
Yeah.
The environment is
Correct.
rebooting. Environment is rebooting automatically without spending a penny. So that's a good thing. I mean, so
Yeah,
True.
good things also going around apart from what Corona is doing with us. But it was a good conversation, and it was nice hosting you all. And I would like to host you again whenever it's available. And we might be having a good demo. What I was, and also our viewers would like to know that they were expecting a voice-based demo. So maybe we can schedule that later, or maybe if you can share a video, I'll put it on IBM so that we can link it with that. And
Absolutely, we can do that.
yeah, if you want to add anything, you can do so. Yes,
I
sir.
just want to add at the end of this, I am very hopeful because of all the research that has been going on across universities and hospitals, etc. I'm very hopeful. Very soon, AI will find a way of, finding either a vaccine or some sort of drug. But AI will pave the path for that. I'm very
I think
hopeful.
the key sentiment is that AI will support the human race because there are sort of corona warriors fighting this battle right from the front. So technology and AI and the whole infrastructure will support us as a race to overcome this challenge, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I can't agree more with Sumit. That's definitely where companies like us can pitch in and help organizations find the right insights, the right details from the vast amount of data sets, etc., to find the cure.
Great. So it was a nice conversation, and I think you liked
Thank
it,
you.
and viewers are
I would like
excited.
to thank you from IBMTV as well. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
let's keep
Thank you very much.
connecting the resources and keep connecting the data. And I am from the technical industry as well. And I truly believe that data is the way to the solution. Artificial intelligence will make it more organized and faster. But we have to get that data to make AI work. So thank you so much for all your efforts because we're humans. We're designed to survive, right?
Yeah.
We're built with resilience, right?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I'll have
guys.
to learn that pattern. That's quite interesting.
What?
The thing that you're doing with your hands.
So this is love, okay? This is how you hug now. And I learned, I got
Oh, that's interesting. Yes.
this is how you hug. But do you know who David Copperfield is?
Yes.
David Copperfield taught
Yes.
us this at a
Yeah.
show. He said, "Yeah, this is the future hug." This was before COVID, like 2 years ago. And he goes, "And this is how you will hug in the future." And I'm like, "Well, that's great." And I remembered it. And so this is what we do: we share our love, right? And we're going to
correct.
unite in our communities and many blessings for the future. Namaste.
All right. Amazing.
So
Yeah.
before
It's
we
part of
announce
club.
before we announce closing of this session, on the behalf of Gravitas, I have already offered Ankit the free deployment of Tina at IBM TV site.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And please come back. Let's do this again. I'm sorry I had to fade out. We had a little technical difficulty at our end, but I'm back.